holidays are here in full effect, and so are we. Tonight, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious brown sugar maple butter glazed ham. Yes, tongue twister and a mouthful. But anyway, my loves, let's get to cooking. First off, into this pan that's nice and warm, we're going to add a stick of butter, okay, because we need about a half a cup. Let's get that butter in here. Told you the pan was hot. Once the butter is fully melted, we are going to add our brown sugar. And by the way, this is light brown sugar. All right, allow the butter to melt some more. This is like a dump and go recipe, if you will. The reason why I decided to opt for a maple brown butter maple glazed ham, did I say it right? It's simple. I'm looking for something not only sweet this holiday season, but also something that's going to be warm with deepened maple flavors. I think that would definitely, you know, set the holiday vibes a little bit more. We're also going to add some maple syrup to our mix along with honey. And of course, if you want to get the honey out of the container or ramekin that you're going to be using, definitely add some cooking spray, non-stick cooking spray, or a little oil. Line the cup, and it would literally just dump right out without a problem. We're gonna add some pineapple juice for a nice contrast of flavor, because the pineapple juice has that citrus acidity, and it's gonna pair well with the maple. All right, let's add some vanilla for a nice aromatic fragrance note, along with our Dijon mustard. And no, I wouldn't add regular yellow mustard for this particular recipe. If you add it anyway, let me know how it turns out. We're gonna add some ground cinnamon. That's all. We're rocking out this year with warm flavors. And of course, we're gonna add some ginger paste. If you have fresh ginger, grate the fresh ginger, add it to the mix. Ginger is just such a beautiful complement to many dishes. We want to make sure everything is perfectly broken down and well combined. I'm gonna swap my spatula for a whisk because I want to break down the Dijon mustard as well. We're gonna allow our sauce to come to a slow simmer until it starts to thicken. And at that point, we're gonna remove it from the stove top. We're not gonna allow it to thicken too much, because what's gonna happen as the sauce is sitting and waiting for the ham to come out of the oven, it's gonna thicken up even more, and it's not going to be as easy to spread onto the ham as we would like it to be. All right, in the meanwhile, turn this down, allow that to continue to cook. To awaken and heighten the flavors, I'm going to add some orange zest. If you're going to be zesting anything, make sure it's organic stuff without that waxy coating, because imagine if you're zesting something, right, and you're adding a bunch of wax to your dish. That would not be cool. All right, for this particular dish, a small amount of orange zest goes a far way. I know you saw me add ginger earlier, but because I am a gingerhead, I'm gonna add some more ginger. Not only is it gonna contribute to the flavor, but it's gonna give it that perfect heat factor. And it's not gonna be overwhelming, trust me. It's gonna be so minimal, you might not even taste it. I could honestly patiently wait for the sauce to thicken up, but what's going to happen is the sauce is going to reduce. I want as much sauce as possible for this 8 to 10 pound ham that we're going to be working with. So I'm going to add some cornstarch and water, aka a slurry, and it's going to help to thicken up the sauce, and not to mention it's going to give it that nice glazy effect. That's the trick. All right, in order to get a nice glazy effect, add cornstarch and water. If you're looking for just a thickener, cornstarch and water, or flour and water. However, with the flour and water, you're not going to get that glaze. You're going to get the thickness, but not the glaze. We're going to be adding a number of things to our pan this year. And I want to start with slicing our oranges. All right, that should be perfect. We're going to start off with adding our oranges to the bottom of the pan. The oranges are going to help with the sweetness and the aroma. All right, let's add as much oranges as possible. And I'll probably leave back this piece because I know Princess is going to want it. We're also going to add some cinnamon. Add the cinnamon. It's going to create a depth of warmth. Okay. And we're going to also add some apple cider. Yes, Not apple cider vinegar, but apple cider. And apple cider just basically pairs well with maple and brown sugar. I'm gonna add some more. Now here's the thing, if you decide to add water to the bottom, it's not gonna contribute to any flavors. However, it will allow your ham to be nice and moist. If you wanna add some apple juice, you could definitely add apple juice and even pineapple juice. All of those juices that I just named works really well when it comes to making a delicious maple brown sugar ham. We're gonna bring our rack back in, and we're gonna sit it right there just like that. Now this is ready. This year we're gonna be using, you know what, let me stop. Almost every year I use the same ham. It's gonna be a hickory smoked spiral ham. Yes, absolutely delicious, have no complaints. And yeah, let's go ahead and get it out of the pack. All right, we're gonna place our ham. Let me see if I should place it. You know, I'm gonna place it this way. Down into the roasting pan. And we're gonna place it face side down. Okay, perfect. All right, so when we pour our syrup on top of it, it's gonna be, ooh, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good to go. We're gonna add the first amount of glaze to our ham before placing it into the oven. You wanna make sure this sauce hits every part of this ham. This is not all the glaze. I went ahead and poured some of it into this measuring cup. I have a lot more glaze reserved, so no worries. We're gonna cover it down with aluminum foil, and we're gonna place it into our 325-degree Fahrenheit oven. And we're gonna allow this ham to bake for about an hour to an hour and a half. When it comes down to cooking instructions, yes, this ham is already pre-cooked, but generally, whenever you're cooking a bone-in ham, it's about 15 to 25 minutes per pound. And that's about it, my loves. Like I said, this ham right here is gonna go into the oven for about an hour to an hour and a half at 325. We're gonna be basting this ham every 20 minutes. I'm gonna show you what it looks like after the first hour. And in the background, behind the scenes, I'm gonna keep basting it every 20 minutes. But in the meanwhile, we're gonna cover it down with foil. After about an hour and a half, this is what our beautiful, gorgeous maple glazed butter ham looks like. This is absolutely gorgeous. Not to mention the aroma in this house right now. Whoa, it smells so good. So far, I've been taking the pan juices, right? And of course, I've been hydrating the ham because we don't want any dried pieces of ham, okay? If you make dry ham, I'm not coming to your house. So I'm gonna take all of the juice, just like that, in the turkey baster, and hydrate this ham, keep it nice and moist. And once we're done, okay, that looks great. We're gonna take some more by Glaze, and we're just gonna pour it onto the ham and glaze it one up. This is gorgeous, my loves. This is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. We're gonna get all in the crevices. And once we're done, we're gonna place it back in the oven for another 30 minutes. And I'll probably baste it one more time after that. And that will be it. Let's make sure we get the back as well. Every nook and cranny, right? Wow, my loves, this right here. Oh man, trust me when I tell you, it's gonna be so tasty. All right, we're gonna place it back into the oven, okay? And we are gonna cover it down once again. We're gonna go ahead and pour the remaining sauce onto the ham. We're just gonna make sure we get every part of this ham with our delicious glaze. Ooh, wait. This is something else, man. Oh my goodness. This is something else. My mouth is salivating. This is gorgeous. This is impressive. For the moment of truth. Stop playing. Stop. Holiday worthy. Holiday worthy. We have the citrus flavors going on. We have that delicious maple that's peeking through. We have the warm notes that's also going on. Oh my goodness, my loves. Definitely give this recipe a try. I can't emphasize enough. Make this recipe for the holidays, and I'm telling you, when I tell you, you're going to be getting compliments. It's leading up to the next holiday season. Not to mention, you're going to get so many requests because your job is going to be to make the ham every holiday season. You saw for yourself. Simple, easy to put together. Nothing complicated. This is just good. If I didn't want this ham for like picture purposes, I swear I would have been like tearing into it. But I'm trying to be modest because I'm on camera. Anyway, my loves, cooking with Tammy as always. Definitely catch me in another video, and I will continue to keep these delicious recipes coming. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.